Okay, thank you everybody, thank you, we're ready to begin. Now it's obviously a very, very exciting time for everybody here at Leeds as we get ready to start the new season, the defence of course of our Premier League title. Now I'm sure there's going to be a few questions around, so yeah. Yes, Reginald Drinkbottom. Now Aussie, your team has suffered defeats in some big games recently. Are you at all concerned at your team's inability to get these results? Yeah, look, I mean the Champions League final was obviously a disappointment to all of us. But, you know, we'll learn from that experience and take that forward with us. You know, as for Barcelona, you know, these things can happen. I didn't think we were terrible, but we're talking about the best teams in the world, and sometimes defeats are going to happen. Yes, there was. We saw you sell a number of English players during the summer transfer window. Is this a sign that you no longer trust English players to get the job done? No, not at all. I mean, if you look at the squad, the core of it's still players from Leeds. Never mind English players. So, you know, we're still looking to bring through the youngsters, but we need a little bit of stardust here and there. Now, Aussie, your team has been installed as fourth favourites to win the Premier League title this season. Do you think you can upset those odds and retain your Premier League crown? Fourth favourites? Well, that's alright. We were sixth favourites last year when we won it, weren't we? What a stupid question. Well, on that ridiculous note, I think we'll call an end to things here. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 1 of the First Star Challenge with Leeds United. Our bid to win the Champions League with the club for the first time. And after yesterday's transfer special, we have a new squad ready to go. And we'll be playing Southampton and Watford in the league this very episode. But before we get to that, I thought we'd have a quick look at where we stand as a club, our season expectations for this year, and sort of go on from there. So we are expected to qualify for the Champions League this year. As you heard in the press conference, we are fourth favourites for the league. So I'd say, therefore, we should be in the Champions League. But I think we've seen in past seasons, we've relatively established ourselves as a top four team these days. Minimum requirement is to reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That could be a little bit more difficult, but we'll get the draw soon. We should be able to get through a group. We should be top seeds as Premier League winners, and hopefully that won't be too bad. We'll get a relatively friendly first knockout round tie and get to the quarterfinals that way. Expected to reach the finals of the FA Cup. Well, we won it last year, didn't we, of course? I keep forgetting that we won that last year. It seems so long ago now. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Draw dependent, really, that one isn't. And the Carabao Cup is no longer important. Oh, how the times have changed. We're dismissing that as a club now. And the Community Shield, luckily it wasn't important because we did go out and lose that last time. You saw the highlights during the transfer special, of course. Now, a quick update of where we stand as a club. We are almost a 5-star reputation club. 4.5-star reputation club, which is excellent. Finances are rich. I am obviously the manager. Calvin Phillips is still the captain. John Suter is still the vice-captain. Erling Haaland is our key player. And our hot prospect is, of course, Asane and Dow. Through the youth academy, of course, despite being Spanish. And hopefully he'll kick on and be even better this season than he was last season when we give him a chance. But very much a right winger, not a striker, as innate finishing would tend to suggest. Have a quick look at the facilities. Our train facilities did drop off a little bit. We are upgrading them again, just, happens over time. So that should be fixed midway through the season. Start the 8 data analysis facilities and youth facilities, and exceptional youth coaching and recruitment. So that's all looking good. Quick look at the history and the record books and see what we can do and what we want to try and do. We did, of course, we broke that record last year, did we not? Didn't we get 94 points last year? I'm sure we broke that record last year. Anyway, we'll try and do it again this year. I'm sure we got 94 points last season, though. Most wins in a season, 29. We did get that last season. See if we can maybe push into 30 wins this year. That would be impressive. It's very, very difficult to do. Most goals scored in a season. The record is 98. Could we push to 100 goals this season? That's, again, another target we could perhaps look at. We did get our biggest win, of course, 12-0 over the summer in the FIFA Club World Cup against Al Hilal. So that's good to see. We haven't broken it last summer, the transfer record. That's still James Mahoney, $72 million for a fullback. Does seem excessive. And of course, we got $70 million last season for Ryan Edmondson, which is ridiculous. Top goal scorer last year was Erling Haaland with 26. Could he better that, or could somebody else better that? Liao, of course, bangs in the goals for us as well. What else have we got here? Highest average rating. We got a lot of these last season. Erling Haaland got that with 7.62. Most goals in a match. Could somebody get 6? I think Al Hilal was the chance, wasn't it? Under got the record last year with 16 assists. Onana broke the clean sheet record last season with 28. That's an insane record. Could he do even better this year? And most man of the match awards, again, last year, Erling Haaland took that with 8. Youngest goal scorer is still James Milner. That record stands the test of time. Most games won in a row. We have 13. Is that an ongoing record? No, it's not, because we lost last game out, didn't we? So I wonder if we could get somewhere near that. We did get that record last season, though. Most games without losing. The record is 34, and that's not a record we hold. There's one we can try and get. Most games without winning. Hopefully we won't see that record. Most games without scoring, and most games without conceding. The record is 9, going all the way back to the 1920s. Almost 100 years old, that record. Could we break it? I wonder. So there we go. That's where we stand as a club. I think, well, we are obviously moving forward. A few records there that I'd like to get. I think that this most games without conceding has me interested now. And most games without, was it here? This is most games, was it most games without losing? Yeah, we don't have that one either. So there's a couple of records we can aim for. 34th is an impressive tally, though, isn't it? Anyway, let's get to the season. Let's see what we're doing here against Southampton. Before we do that was the other thing I wanted to show you, was the general record here, and a bit of a humble brag. Aussie villain, I am now a legend of the club. Now it's time to request a new stadium and see if I can get my Aussie villain arena. But there we go. Calvin Phillips is still there, top of the icons list. What's he got to do to become a legend? Is there any other of our players that have moved up over the summer? No, it doesn't look like they have. And Leao, Haaland, and Mariba are favoured personnel. But the big takeaway, Aussie villain, a legend of Leeds United. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? Alright, so this is what we have on our first day of the season. It is our home to Southampton. We are the favourites for this one. Our form doesn't look great. That's a Barcelona loss, and Liverpool last up in the what's it called? The Community Shield. Got there in the end. We have a decent record against Southampton. 6 wins, 2 draws, just the 1 defeat. Roberto Mancini is their manager these days, 60 years old. He's a decent manager, Mancini, isn't he? So there we go. They're a passing, attacking team. Have a quick look at the analysis report. Now, again, this is from a friendly against Sporting, so how much we can read into this, it's difficult to know. But there it is there. We can see they're expecting them to play in their 5-2-3-1 formation. There's their heat map. Looks like they do attack wide and high up the pitch. Passing network is there. Not really a passing network, is it? And there are their key passes. Tend to be inside the final third, so that we can kind of hopefully prevent that from happening. And this is the team we're sending out for the first game of the season. Onana goes in goal. Have a quick look at all the attributes so you can keep track of how players are going. Mahoney, this season, of course, a left back. He steps over there and gets the start today. Pongrenic will start in the centre of defence with, again, youngster Max Dean. Of course, came through our academy, 20 years old now, and looking increasingly brilliant. We might take him off a ball player, though. And Dupuy, our new right-back signing, he gets his league debut in this one. He did play, of course, at Wembley, but a first look at him on the channel. Maniap in midfield, again, a first look at him on the channel, our 21-year-old Romanian midfielder. He's going to play with Mariba in midfield. What a star he is. Remember, we only paid, was it £210,000 for Mariba? He almost makes that a week now. Under, brilliant for us last year. He gets the start today over on the right wing. Renia, who was, let's remember, requested a transfer. Of course, of broken promises that I don't really... Anyway, that whole part of the game really frustrates me. But anyway, let's hope he keeps playing well, because he's an important player for us. Fatih gets the start over there on the left for us today. He was brilliant last year when he came in. Let's hope he continues. Injury news, Haaland has a minor injury. He probably could play, but we're not going to risk him on the first game of the season. So Leao steps in to take the striking duties for us today. It's Toll on the bench. Again, Williams-Aski just coming back from an injury, so he's not completely up to speed. So he comes in for this one. Good prospect he is. Johnny Suter on the bench, can cover centre-back and right-back, of course. Miranda, the left-back, he goes on the bench, as does club captain Calvin Phillips, as does Vavake, as does Alina for this one, and also, of course, Abel Ruiz, who can cover up front for us. So that's the team for the opening game of the season. Let's see how we do. So everybody's lining up as expected. If you are wondering where Nathan Wood is, as I did mention it last episode, he's picked up an injury. He's out for the first few weeks of the season, so that's why he's not playing. To get a certain result. Here's what Jardem says. Let's go out there. Let's give the fans a performance. They've been waiting... Well, I say all summer. We were in Japan for half of it. So they've been waiting for like 3 weeks for this game. Let's go. Let's go put on a display here. Hopefully Ellen Road is full. Up to, of course, our 60,000 capacity these days. And let's see what we can do opening day. I'm a little bit concerned that this formation isn't as effective as it has been. Certainly against the bigger teams. This is a little bit of a test to see how we do against a team like Southampton, who in theory we should be able to beat. We're in the back foot here, though, in the opening minutes. It's Bellingham, who we almost signed this summer. It was sort of a choice between him and Di Stefano. who we'll probably see in the second game today, to be honest. I'm going to try and have a look at all the new boys today. Good header away there from, I missed who it was, Under has it. But yeah, ultimately, Di Festino was just a little bit cheaper. Good tackle away there by the defender to get rid of what's his face? Under. What's wrong with my brain today? With Under's attack. And that is that. Let's give it a get creative. We're dominating possession, which you love to see. I would love a goal, though, as well, if we could manage that, if I could be so bold to ask, guys. Here we go. Set piece to defend. Ball in. It's whipped in nicely. Onana's there. Claims it well. Now, was that the highlight, or can we get them on the break here? Nice quick release. We do get that. It's straight to Under. We know he's dangerous with the ball at his feet. What can he do? He goes past one. He goes past one and just pulls his shot wide of the near post. Did really, really well to get that far. And to be honest, I wonder if there was a foul in there, actually, because he did seem to ride a challenge, but the referee didn't bring it back. And still, the scores are tied at zeros. Let's give it another get creative here. I wonder if what can we look to do different? What can we look to do different here? Let's take it off, exploit the flanks, perhaps, and see if there is something to be had through the middle. Rennie is not having a great game. Now, is he going to become the incredible Sulk? That is almost the big question for the start of this season, isn't it? Mahoney with a throw to Menia. Menia, there it is for Mariba. Back to Menia. Mariba combining nicely. There's a good ball for Fati. Can he find Liao in the middle? Or Under at the back post. It's tackled away. He keeps possession. Mahoney has it now. Mahoney cuts in. Mahoney! Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. And that ends the highlight. We have very much been the better team here, but we haven't really looked like scoring too much, have we? I do agree. We have been a little bit disappointing there. Let's passionately have faith in the guys that haven't reacted initially. And I will say we get back out there for now. Kick-off highlights, which isn't great since Southampton kicked off, but let's see if we can win the ball back. But yeah, there we go, we do win the ball back. It's Dupy, first we've seen of him with the ball at his feet. Back for Max Dean, for Mariba. Mariba for Dupy, back to Dean. This is nice patient play. Can we pick a hole through their defence? Menia spreads the ball out there now for Fati. Overlapping run from Mahoney. He cuts in. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it's straight into the defender. A little bit ambitious, actually, there from Fati. And we should get that back with Dupy. What's going to happen here? Is the highlight going to continue? He goes back to Max Dean. It's becoming a long old highlight at this point. Dupy with the ball at his feet. Back for Dean again. Across for Pangranich. Pangranich strides forward. He goes out for Fati again. Fati cuts in. Is he going to have another shot? This time he passes. Under has it. Can he square it back? We've got men in the middle. We're queuing up. Under goes himself. It's back for Renia. And it's Liao who puts a deflection on Renia's shot. It is 1-0. It's from the kickoff. And it's Liao with his first of the season. Let's tell him to concentrate now. Fati did really well this time. He didn't hog it. He spread the ball out there for Under. Under, unfortunately, did. He should have pulled it back there. But it did eventually find its way to Renia. Liao. He's stolen a goal there, hasn't he? He didn't need to do that. That's a little bit cheeky from Liao. Especially given that Renia is already annoyed and wants to leave. Maybe just let him have that one, Raphael. Anyway, we do come straight back again for another highlight. Are we going to go and undo a 45 minutes worth of hard work? There we go. Liao picks up a loose pass. Liao goes across there for Fati. What's Fati got for us? He cuts in. He goes himself over the bar this time. Just finding his range, isn't he, Fati? I would half expect to see the net bulging from 30 yards before the end of this game. Corner to defend now. Ball in and Liao heads it away. Bellingham's going to pick it up. Can he get... No, he does get a pass away. We're putting decent pressure on them though. Can we win this back? Can we win this back? We're making them go backwards. Oh, that's a risky pass with someone lurking. It's probably Under, I think. Given that we were just defending a corner, Liao will be back doing his defensive duties. And they come forward again. This has again become a long old highlight. We've almost seen the entire second half so far. Ball forward, we should win that. Pongranich back to Onana. Cool, calm defending. You love to see it. Onana rolls it out to Dean. Pongranich, Menia. Mariba, this is good tempo passing. Here we go with Renia to bring it forward. Can he have a proper goal this time? No, he lashes at one. High, wide, and not so handsome. And that'll do it for the highlight. 21 shots, 10 on target. We're only winning 1-0. Unbelievable. Let's give it a show some passion here as the highlight begins. No, just kidding, it ends. Fati not having a great day out there on the left. As I say, I do half expect one to end up in the back of the net, but Mariba's got a lot of time and space there. There he is with Fati, and Fati heads it just wide. And we might call it on him. We might just say, not Fati's day, let's get him off. Valvake can come on. And Manny is not having the best game in the centre of the park. It might be one we could look to bring Calvin Phillips on to try and secure things up. Let's try giving them some praise. We've essentially dominated the first 70 minutes of this match. Maybe some praise will help them along. Not so much. It's getting to the point now where we need to start and close this thing down, don't we? Just make sure we are, in fact, going to win this game. We haven't been at our free scoring best. I still remain unconvinced, actually, that maybe what we need to do is go back to the 2 up top. We did score a lot of goals like that. We might try that for the second game. Let's not pass into space. No, let's keep passing into space. And yeah, let's just hope now we can indeed go and shut this thing down. Tell them to concentrate. We've got a highlight. Dupe stands over a free kick. Can we put this game to bed? It's there. Valvake, no, it's headed back to the goalkeeper. And with 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes to go in stoppage time, it goes without saying we do not want to concede a goal here. Southampton have the ball. Don't like this. Can we get a foot in here, please, boys? They spread the play around. It's pouring down now in Leeds as well. Can we get a block in? No, we can't. It goes back. I don't like where this is headed. Ball in there, and he's offside. He has to be offside. Onana's made a cracking save, but he is indeed offside. Let's go back to defensive, and in a way, unconvincing, but in another way, very, very convincing. We just couldn't find the back of the net. Liao's poached goal from Renia gets us to 3 points, but we got away with one today there, boys. So Leeds United secure victory at Ellen Road. We'll answer Sky Sports questions. Jurgen Klopp has expressed confidence in Liverpool. Yeah, I agree. What do we want to say? I'll do that later. If I don't answer, if I miss my chance, no. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back for Watford in the league. Of course, a replay of last season's FA Cup final. Okay, welcome back. We're at Watford, ready for a replay of the FA Cup final. We are favourites for this one, though only just. Watford, we saw, didn't we? They're a decent team. But what we do see here also, if you look at the league table, is that Liverpool have won their first 2 games, but the other teams I expect to be up there with us. Your Manchester United, your Arsenals, who finished last season very well after Guardiola took over the beginning of last season. Chelsea as well, and even Man City, if you consider them, though they've really struggled this entire series or this entire save. They do still have good players. They've all dropped points. So it's a very, very good opportunity for us here to go and not just keep pace with Liverpool, but also get an early advantage over the other title contenders. Now let's have a look here what we are expecting. They are still an Abel Ferreira coach team, an attacking direct style of play. We saw Ferreira in the FA Cup final last year. He's done a good job with Watford. So this won't be too easy. Not that one. This one. We can see here we're expecting them to play in the sort of same formation that we played against Southampton. We can see they do like to attack down the wings. We've got their heat map there, a little bit narrow perhaps, their passing network and their key passes as well. This is the team that we're sending out. We are going to change formation and a few new faces in here as well. So Onana continues in goal with Greenwich and Dean as the defenders. Dupe down the right, it's Miranda coming in down the left. He's more natural in this role than Mahoney is and usually does a good job in it too. Calvin Phillips comes in to play the DM for this one with Mariba and Menia in midfield. Change of role for Menia going box to box here. I think he can do it. So let's hope he can anyway. Di Stefano, we're going to have a first look at him playing in the number 10 role. And it's Haaland and Leao up top, the goal machines from last season. Let's see what we can do. So there we go, they are lining up as expected, which is always a nice bonus. Jardem says do it for the fans. Let's go a little bit of passion. Go out there and impress me, boys. Some calm, we have faith. We did it for the fans last time and we didn't look like we cared too much about their entertainment, did we? Although we did create quite a few chances, we just didn't take many of them. We have done a training session during the week on chance conversion, so hopefully we'll see the benefit of that in this one. We have seen before using this formation that we do tend to struggle for possession, but we do also tend to create quite a lot of chances. So let's hope that, it's continuing the lack of possession, but we haven't really seen too much yet by way of chances. Here we go. Is this one? Miranda with a throw there for Leao. Leao crosses it to the back post. Dupe's there in there for Haaland! Oh, it's a cracking save from Jack Butland in goal. Really well hit shot from Haaland and somehow the keeper's kept it out. Phillips now with a corner. Decent ball in. It's headed away again and Watford's going to pick that up. Are we going to find ourselves in a little bit of trouble here? We're 2-on-2 at the back. Keep your shape, boys. Keep your shape. Keep your shape. They're getting men pouring forward. Abe is there. It's a good header away from Miranda, that one, wasn't it? Towering, powerful header. Love to see it. And that ends the highlight. Just for us start to get a little bit panicked that they were going to come back at us again. Let's tell them to get creative again. They're inspired. Come on, Leeds. We've got possession of the football for the most part, but not on the side of this highlight. Oh, it's easily done there by Menia. Up for Haaland. Haaland goes early for Leao. Can Leao get a second goal of the season here? He's in. Rafael Leao. It's a good save again from the keeper. We could easily have 2 goals if up against a lesser man. That's been picked up there by Max Dean to bring it forward. Dean, good ball for Doopy. What can he do? He goes past his can. Can he get across in? He does. It's Leao, and Rafael Leao has a 2nd goal of the season. Really, really good stuff. A good ball in by Ian Doopy as well. And that is 1-0 to Leeds United. Good ball down the line there from Dean. Nice run by Doopy. Goes past his man, gets his cross in, and a cracking header, wasn't it? Just sat up and have some of that. Perfect stuff. 1-0 to Leeds United. Let's tell them to concentrate. Just make sure we don't do anything silly now we do have the lead. It's been a relatively even game, a little bit like the cup final, actually. That was a lot more even than I think any of us were expecting, or certainly hoping. Dean now over a free kick, 5 minutes before the break. Doopy has it again, in for Menia. Menia for Calvin Phillips. Phillips for Mariba. Back to Phillips. Oh, back there for Dean. Doopy's in space. He finds him. Goes past his man again. He finds Erling Haaland. Haaland goes past his man. And a weak finish from Erling on that occasion. He had a wonderful season last year. Are we just seeing early signs that Haaland needs to get off the mark here to get flowing? That's been a half of football that has only just gone our way, to be honest. Let's give it an assertive, don't get complacent out there. Doopy's been quite good. We'll try and give him a little bit of praise. Calvin Phillips, there's more to come from you, please, mate. And Di Stefano on debut, not being fantastic, only playing a 6.5. I don't think we've seen anything of him yet, have we? We're going to demand more after the break. He's already gone up to a 6.6, so that's good. We have a leaner on the bench who can go in and play that role for us if we need to. I think, did I have Ruiz on the bench, or I can't remember if he's on the bench now or not. Ball into the box. Oh, it's floated in, and we've all stood there and watched Abe poke it home. What was that, you morons? Come on. We'll give it a show some passion and hope that we learn to defend from here on in. It was a nothing ball in. We've just... Who was that? Miranda has just left his man, let the ball flight over his head, and it's the first goal of the season for Abe. To be fair to them, it's probably no less than they've deserved. Let's give it a concentrate. I meant to say creative there, but that's fine. We've got the ball here with Dean over a free kick. In there for Menia. Good ball over there for Doopy again, getting forward. Can he pick out a teammate? Haaland's there. Haaland. We're going to have to take him off. He can't hit a barn door today. Ruiz, go on, mate. He's playing a 6-8. He's fired up. Let's not take off a fired up Haaland when we need a goal. That's maybe not the sensible thing to do there. All right, we do need to make changes though. Alina, you come on for Di Stefano, who has been worryingly poor. Manny has not had a great game. All right, so let's get Turpey on for him. He's more natural in that box-to-box role in any case. And do we want to make another change? I don't think so. Pellegrino, I'd like to give him a debut, but Doopy's been quite good, so I don't think it makes any sense to take him off. Not with the game in the balance like this as it is. Doopy with a throw for Dean. Back we go to Doopy. There for Dean, for Calvin Phillips. In for Turpey. Turpey, there's a good ball. He's found Doopy in space. Can he find a ball down the line there? He's off. They're down to 10. All right, let's. We still want the higher tempo. That's fine. We want to work the ball into the box, exploit the flanks. We probably want to counter press now, and we'll get stuck in as well. Because worst case scenario, we end up 10 on 10, don't we? We've got 15 minutes to try and find a winner against the 10 men of Watford. Come on, boys. Let's get creative. Part of me wonders if we should lower the tempo. Haaland's now having a 6-2. I should have taken him off that first instinct, wasn't it? So let's get Ruiz on for him. Can Erling Haaland rescue himself here? He does well there. Holds up the ball back to Doopy. There's a good pass in. Back for Phillips. Back to Doopy. Nice little 1-2. Good ball in. It's down from Leao to Turpey. Oh, what a strike from Gary Turpey. It's a stunner. It's 2-1 to Leeds. We make advantage of the extra man. And that is a goal of the season contender from Academy graduate, Patreon supporter of mine. Thank you very much, Gary. But look at that goal. More importantly right now, have some of that. What a goal. Leao with the assist as well. A goal and assist for him. He's had a cracking episode, has old Leao, hasn't he? We will continue with that change to take Turpey off. To take Haaland off. And we will now just back things off ever so slightly as we have the lead. We'll look to lower this tempo. Just be a little bit more disciplined in what we're doing. 5 minutes to go. Let's waste time as well. Let's just try and see this out. Watford have given us one hell of a game here. But hopefully we're about to see out what will be a very hard-earned 3 points away from home. Turpey, back there for Doopy. Back for Turpey. Shoot, mate. He goes a cracking ball to the back post. It's a goal for Miranda. It's not going to stand. He did look suspiciously offside, I have to say. A really good ball from Turpey to find him. But he just strayed, hasn't he? Yeah, he's a mile off. I think maybe expecting the cross to come in from Doopy. Never got back. Horrible goalkeeping. Butland's got away with one there, hasn't he? We should probably not be attacking anymore. We've got 30-odd seconds to go here. And there we go. Gary Turpey rescues the 3 points. And what a strike to do it was. Amazing, amazing stuff. That's a very, very hard-earned win. I'm happy with that. Helped by the 10 men, no doubt. A little bit worrying. What's Mariba done to himself? Bruce Shin, he's fine. A little bit worrying that, we've got 50 league goals for Leao as well. Well done to you, Raphael. Yeah, a little bit worrying, Erling Haaland's performance there, but it's his first competitive game of the season, so we'll give him one, but hopefully he recaptures his form very, very quickly. We do not want him lagging around this season, but as long as Leao's banging in the goals, that's fine, really, isn't it? So there we go. That's it for today. A quick look at how the league table shapes up. We are joint top with Liverpool and Leicester. It's where we want to be. It's a good start to the season. Maybe not the best performances. We didn't get as many goals as we'd like, but we do have the points, and that is the main thing. We'll be back next time. Enjoy your weekend if you're watching live. We'll be back for Spurs at home, and then the first game of the Champions League group stages. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at AussieVillain, when we have the group stage draw, I will tweet out our group, and if not, I'll record it so we can watch it at the beginning of next episode. But that's it for now. I'll see you next time, guys. I've been AussieVillain. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.